All right, you can see that I've got my two parts. I have a 4-part lock. I'm not going to show you the cover plate, but I'm going to put now the locking mechanism in that holds this hasp into place so you can't open the lock. So we'll bring in the locking mechanism, click on Assemble, go to my locking mechanism, and we'll hit Open, and it brings it in. And something I've learned, I turn it and try to line it up to kind of where I want it to be first. When you do this, I want to keep this one partially constrained as well. And to do that, you usually start with your center holes. So I'm going to line up with the center of this peg on the center of this hole. And keep it a distance. I can change it to 0 and it'll line it up, but I want to make sure that stays a distance. It's still partially constrained. I want to be able to rotate this even after I get it into place. So my next constraint, I want it to lay right on the bottom of the locking base. So I'll click this back surface and that back surface. And that set it up as a distance. Now I can slam it down in there. And it still is partially constrained. So I can move my locking mechanism around a little bit here. So I can change that to kind of make sure everything works. So I got it in there partially constrained. I have the little square box telling me that it's partially constrained. Now I want to move the hasp down to see if it matches up with that foot. So I'll right click on it and hit Edit the Definition. But the spring disappeared. So I can't actually see where that foot is right now, so I don't know for sure how far to move the hasp. So I'll hit the green check to get out. I can take the locking mechanism and I'm going to just left click and hold and drag it right above the hasp. Okay, now when I right click on the hasp and go to Edit the Definition, now I can see where my spring mechanism is still in there, the locking mechanisms. So now I can drag this down and I can see, will it catch? That's about where it looks like it'll catch. I still have clearance, so I can start seeing that all these parts should work together. All these parts should work together, so I'll hit the green check. You can see that as I look at this, everything seems like it's working. Now I'm going to move the spring, but I want the hasp to be showing, so I'll left click and hold on the hasp, drag it above the locking mechanism, right click on that, and now I could turn this to see what would happen. Yep, see as that rod pushes down here, I can see that it'll turn and push that foot into there even more, so it should stay locked. So I like that. So that is how to assemble my lock. So even before I print anything, I'm going to assemble it in Creo to make sure most of the parts work.